Welcome back. Now, there's a slight improvement in the jobless rate. In the fourth quarter, unemployment eased to 31.4% from 31.9% previously. During the period, 172,000 less people were unemployed. Is this gradual easing anything to write home about? Well, Johannes Khoza, senior economist at Nedbank, joins us. Johannes, hi. Good to have you with us on Business Lunch. This is a good improvement. What's your take? What's driving this at the moment? Because we're edging down and edging down.
Yes, good afternoon, and good afternoon to the viewers. Well, I would say it's encouraging. It's good number that we continue to see the unemployment rate falling. But again, the devil is it's in the details. If you check, we've only created about 44,000 jobs in the fourth quarter, and then that compares with 248,000 jobs that were created in the third quarter. So there has been a decline in the rate of employment creation. I mean, it's not surprising from our side. We can attribute that to seasonal factors. I mean, usually, especially towards the festive seasons, some firms close for the festive season, and they tend to postpone hiring for the new year. And again, we also tend to see an increase in the number of discouraged work seekers, where people hope that they will start being active in the new year. So those are the factors that I can attribute to the decline in the unemployment rate rather than the increase in employment creation.
It's interesting you say that, Johannes, because if you're right, the devil is in the detail. And if you have a look there, the number of jobs created were more in the Western Cape versus Gauteng. But it's like you say, it's the season, and people are going down to the coast. They're working at the coast. The holiday traffic is going to the coast. Is that what's driving it, or is there something else that's underlying here?
Yes, well, as I explained earlier, it could be a combination of both. I mean, I didn't look at the breakdown per provinces, but if you look at the headline numbers, you will see that, most of the jobs were created in the agriculture sector, which added about 30,000 jobs. I mean, which makes sense because, we've had a bumper season, which was supported by favorable weather conditions in some areas of the country. But again, some areas are still facing drought conditions and also floods in other areas. So that increase could have been better if we had a good weather throughout the country. And then if you look at the mining and manufacturing sectors, they recorded job losses, which was also not a surprise given the challenges that those two industries are facing from the subdued global demand, also the impact of high tariffs, which we believe that some companies are still waiting to see the likely impact of the tariffs, and as a result of that, they are withholding employment creation. And then if you look at
yes, sorry, Johannes, continue.
Yes, and lastly, services such as finance, which was also not a surprise, created jobs. We've seen demand increasing in the country, benefiting from low interest rates and also a boost coming from disposable income from low inflation. So overall, we believe that there are some improvement in the country, but again, it's still not enough to reduce the unemployment rate significantly.
Yeah, I would think, though, that the mining industry, the next numbers that come out, should shine, excuse the pun, because of what's been happening with commodity prices. They're increasing production. They're expanding operations. What are your thoughts?
Yes, I think for the moment, they are still waiting to see the likely impact of the tariffs. That surge that we have seen, it was a temporary surge, and I believe that some companies are waiting for convincing evidence that it's going to be sustained. And I think now that the AGOA issue is out of the way, has been resolved, and then now we will see the conclusion of the tariff negotiations between South Africa and the US. I believe that's where we will have a clear picture in terms of whether they will commit to employing more people, or whether they will cut jobs as the impact of those effects filter through into the economy. But again, there are some how can I put it? There is still hope in the economy.
Sure.
I mean, we've seen some positive news coming through. We've seen power supply stabilizing, logistics also, or logistics bottlenecks also easing. And also as a country, we've seen policy environment improving. We've seen the adoption of a new target, and also the country being removed from grey listing.
Yeah.
And again, we've seen a sovereign risk improvement.
Sure.
So with all of those factors combined, we might see improvement in business confidence, which will encourage fixed investment and employment growth.
Just finally, youth employment or unemployment. What are we seeing at the moment with our youngsters?
Yes, unemployment amongst the youth is still a major concern. I mean, like we are still observing a situation where there's mismatch of skill and the available jobs. And again, if you recall, at the beginning of the year, we had the release of the national metric results, which showed that, we have had the highest pass rate in the country, which means that, some of those learners are not going to get admission in universities, but they're going to look for employment. And unfortunately, the current economic environment, it's not going to absorb all the learners that will be joining the labor force. That is a concern as a country. And, if government can at least able to address that issue, will take us a long way as a country.
We'll have to wait and see what happens there. Hopefully this trajectory continues to come down, and more people do get jobs. Johannes, thank you so much. Good to chat to you on Business Lunch. I do appreciate you taking the time. Thank you. That was Johannes Khoza, senior economist at Nedbank.